to showcase their startups to top VCs. So we are welcoming partners on board because we all know that all the great ideas are impossible with partners. So you're always welcome to join our network, which reached 1 million users this year. And feel free to contact Lilia or me for more details. So let me introduce our ecosystem. So Startup Network is an ecosystem that consists of online and offline services for investors and startups, where startups can showcase their projects and investors can find great proposals for their portfolios. So the core ecosystem is Startup Network itself, and it's a marketplace for startups and entrepreneurs. So the oldest part of our ecosystem is Unicorn Battle. So we conquered all over the world with our peaceful battles and find brilliant startups on all the continents. So as you know, our events are online now, and all of you are very welcome to join all our upcoming events from all over the world. So we organized events for more than 11 years and help startups to find investment. So it's a great chance for startups to join our pre-acceleration program, Sci-Fi. So we helping startups to relocate to the United States and grab them funds and services worth $50K. And we also invite best speakers and mentors to coach our startups online. So please apply to our Sci-Fi pre-acceleration program to become the better version of yourself. So the most recent part of our ecosystem is Network VC California Seed Fund with the two current strategies. So the first one is to participate as an investor in our pre-acceleration program for the chosen startups. And the second one to be a lead investor for our Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund. So I would like to give a floor to my wonderful colleague, Julia. She's Investor Relations Director of Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund, and she will tell you some more about it. So Julia, please welcome.
Thank you, Julia. Hi to everyone. My name is Julia Prisezhnuk. I am Investor Relations Director of Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. We give an opportunity for private investors and business angels to invest together with us into the best startups that we can find through our global ecosystem. It is an international club. We are officially registered in the USA. Closed club meetings are held online 1 or 2 times a month. Contact me directly if you would like to know more about the club. I will send my contact to the chat. Good luck to everyone today, and thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Julia. I would
Julia?
like to...
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to invite Natalie, Chief Operational Officer of VC House, and she will tell you some words about VC House. Natalie, please, are you with us?
Yeah, thank you, Julia. Hello, everybody, and I'm glad to see you here today. I'd like to introduce you to our project VC House. VC House is an invitation-only online community in the network created exclusively for VCs, where they can exchange deals which they participate in as active investors. And what is more, it will be also a platform for specialized offline and online events, LPGP events, where family offices and institutional investors have an opportunity to meet VC funds. If you have any questions or would like to join VC House, please contact me. My contact details will be in the chat. And now I'd like to return the floor to Lilia, who's the host for today's event. She'll lead you through our unicorn battle. Lilia?
Thank you, Natalie. And we will move to our partners. I'm happy to introduce Great Board, and I'm really grateful for your help. So among our partners, there are Microsoft for Startups, GSD Venture Studios, Sunrise, Setup a Startup, Southern Africa Startup Awards, and Clean. More about them, I will be happy to talk later after the event. And let's see what's on our agenda today. We will introduce our expert board who are already join us. Our jury will tell more about what they're looking for. And after that, we'll have startup competition. And I will remind that each startup will have 3 minutes for the pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A session. And after that, we will have the winner's announcement and networking. And our dear judges, so we're expected around 20 judges. So who we have today? Dear Preeti, I am happy to start with you. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about the check size and which startups you're looking for and what you're doing for startup ecosystem, please.
Okay. All right. And hello, my name is Preeti Chaudhary and I have logged in from India today. I am the founder of LinkedIn Local India and also head of investments, partnerships and alliances for InfoCrest LLP. Our check size is usually 25K to 150,000 US dollars. Sector agnostic, looking mainly at India at the moment, but also open to partnerships and alliances outside as well. It's a pleasure being here back again. Thank you, Lilia, Natalie, Anna, and Alex are not here today, but nice to meet you, Julia. I'm looking forward to spending quality couple of hours here. All the best to everybody participating, and let's get this ball rolling. Thank you, and back to you, Lilia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Preeti. Great to have you.
I will be happy to give words to our great partner, to McKevin Ayaba. I see that you are with us.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hi, McKevin. You are in space today, really?
Yeah, I wanted to be in space today. You know, I'm in the right mindset. You know, it's always exciting when you are on the startup network. You know, with all these amazing startups that have come from MENA and Africa, and the great work that you guys are doing. So me, I decided, let me change the background and really look content. So anyway, to those that are joining up for the very first time, I have been a judge, unfortunately, be a partner with Setup a Startup for a very long time now. I really enjoy being here. And for us, as Setup a Startup, we are about fostering a sustainable and a better ecosystem for startup in Africa. But more importantly, we also focus on making sure that startups are investment ready, so that we can send them through to startup network for all the great investors that they have. So we make sure that a startup get investment, become investment ready through our investment readiness program. But we also scout startups for corporate, because we believe African startups are really growing tremendously right now, and they need access to capital and access to investment and mentorship. So we scout startup for corporate as well. So it's always nice to be here connecting with or partnering with startup the network. We look forward to some of the best startups. Those that will win, and those who don't even win, it's an opportunity to be known, to be on this platform, and we can always connect and see how we can continue to push your vision until you achieve what your company is set to achieve. Otherwise, I am here, and thank you all.
Thank you so much. Great to have you on board today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I see that our also great judge, dear Nom Sakana, is already with us. I give you a word. It's a great pleasure to see you.
It's great to be here and getting my camera on. It doesn't seem to open, but I'll open it. And good morning or good afternoon to everyone. Such a great pleasure to be in this platform with all these great pioneers and inventors, and also the opportunity for the MENA region in Africa to connect and collaborate. It's long overdue. And I sit as a board chairperson for a small enterprise development agency in South Africa. So it's always a pleasure to see what the global world is doing, specifically on artificial intelligence, as we see that it is really solving one of our most prominent challenges in Africa. So with that being said, I'm just looking forward to network with all the startups that are here and see if we can see, attach and match synergies with work that we're doing in South Africa in the presidential advisory for 4IR, as I sit as one of his advisors, and also see on how we can really catapult and accelerate some of our developments in AI, data annotation, in big data. So it's a learning day and also a networking day, and so great to really meet everyone here. Thank you so much, Lilia.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. And let's move on. More judges will join us in a few minutes. And I will tell more about how our judges will grade our startups. Let's come back to our slide. Thank you so much. To start voting, dear judges, you have just to click the link you've got on email. If you don't have your email or your link doesn't work, please text to me or our support team that are always with us in our chat. And when you click on your link, you will be redirected to the event page. You have to scroll the page to the startups section. You will see the logos and marks beneath. You have to put marks depending on investment potential from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest mark. But I suppose we have already updated a little bit our system, but okay. Yeah, and the lowest mark is 1. I hope no one will get it today because our startups are really fascinating. You have just to put marks without any confirmation buttons. And remember that you can change marks before the voting will be closed. We also will announce the 1 minute to before the closing. So do not worry. If you would like to change your mind, you will be able to do this. And dear guests, this information is for you. You also have a great opportunity to support participants. You can register at the event page and give your likes or dislikes for your favorite startups. They need your support. We will share the event event landing page website in our chat. So do not worry if you don't see or don't have it right now. And we are moving to our startups. We have today 10 startups on the board. Unfortunately, okay, let's go back. You can have a look on our startups. There are just 9. The last one joined us today in the morning. We will update this slide. We're sorry for this. And dear startups, I would like to remind that you will have 3 minutes for pitching and 3 minutes for a Q&A session. What is important, as we are a public event, it is we would like to ask you to omit information about the number of investments you are looking for, but you can share this information privately with our experts or with us. So just use chat or other channels of communication for this particular reason. And thank you so much. And based on our judges' result, we will get the results immediately by the end of the last startup finish its pitch. So please welcome our startups and let's rock this artificial battle for MENA and Africa.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Dear startup number 1, please get ready, share your presentation, and your time will start immediately when you start your pitch.
Hello, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I see. And let me check. I will find your video.
Yeah, I'm just turning it on. Okay.
Yeah,
hopefully you can see it right now. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. I would like to start, first of all, by sharing with you the story of a 13-year-old boy whose life got turned around when he was told he was not good enough at school due to his struggling grades. The truth was he couldn't fit the current educational system, a system that expects all students to learn the same thing the same way. That same system made that little boy change schools, leaving his friends behind, believing he was not good enough. Well, that's not good enough. At Augmental, we deliver an educational technology application where course material is adapted to each student's learning abilities. For example, in the current schooling system, a teacher goes inside the classroom, explains the topic where all students read the same content, do the same exercises, and are provided with grades. While using Augmental, each student is given a different type of content, such as images, text, video, audio, and mixed type of contents based on their learning strength. And this has proven to improve their performance significantly. Meanwhile, teachers have access to a real-time dashboard showing who's learning, who's not, and where help is needed. For all this to happen, content is key, where a teacher or publisher can use our content studio to easily create, manage, and publish their content. Recently, and with COVID-19 hitting, we have added 2 new modules to our platform, a course mastery and performance tracking system that allows teachers to track the lesson progress, and an educational virtual classroom tool embedded into our platform. We are currently applying a subscription-based pricing model where a school pays a subscription fee based on the number of students. We are currently working with 5 educational institutions with over 6,000 students. In the past 3 months, we have had 10x in terms of growth. We have 7 other educational institutions in the pipeline. Augmental is changing the edtech sector by building the first marketplace in the world for adaptive learning content. Content to an adaptive learning platform is as important as, I would say, water to a plant. Now, as part of launching our marketplace, we are in progress of signing Boclips, providing us with over 2 million educational resources gathered from over 160 publishers worldwide, covering more than 40 subjects and 4 languages. By collecting the data gathered from Augmental users, we can proudly say that Augmental is helping students increase their performance by up to 30%. Augmental has been recognized by over 10 organizations, lately by Forbes Middle East and Harvard Business School. All of this wouldn't have been possible without the amazing team at Augmental, fully committed on making education more personalized. We are also supported by an active board of educational experts, technology gurus, and business advisors. Remember that young boy I mentioned at the beginning? After he managed to graduate, he went back to his first school, stood in front of his teachers, and presented Augmental. That same student is here in front of you today, fighting against an educational system that has failed countless young students, and me included. And I am proud to say that today we are collaborating with my school and other schools to make education more personalized. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And dear judges, your turn. You have 3 minutes for extra question.
First of all, Paul, I'd like to say what a presentation. I mean, we haven't seen this in a while. You cut the ace right there. And it's a great initiative. Education is really key at the moment, especially looking from children and growing up. But tell me, how do people from the rural, like I always talk from the rural, communities have access, because it seems have access to this program? How would they be able to have access? Because in your program, I don't know the target market of your program, in another word.
Yeah, so although our target market is mainly schools, I do understand your question, and I would like to tell you that we come from Lebanon, where we also have like limited access, like people have in some areas limited access to these types of technologies, and we were able to manage to have the platform locally installed into educational institutions to really have making like this technology accessible for more and more users.
Okay, how? Because how would the schools that you mostly, you said you guys come from Lebanon, where access to technology or internet is also scarce, but how do they? I did not really get how those that are disadvantaged, who don't have the opportunity for internet, can have access to this. Can you just really tell me a little bit, how would they be able to have access?
Sure. So what we did to really reduce the maximum possible use of internet is that we have had all our resources and multimedia resources available offline inside like normal laptop or computer within any school. So students would actually have access to intranet and not internet to the resources that they are studying.
All right, thank you.
Dear Noms, please.
Thank you, Paul, for the lovely presentation. It's really a very thoughtful invention, especially the use of basic AI in the education sector application. I just wanted to understand, does the solution apply to students with special needs? Are there any applications in the future that you're looking into incorporating regarding perhaps maybe students that partially see, partially hear, but still need this invention for the classroom? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. So first of all, the application is for everyone, because we do believe that everyone is different than the other in one way or another. Knowing that, we are also working on like with time, where we collect more data. We're working with our educational experts to be able to cater for specific learning difficulties. And actually, one of our current users are the Learning Difficulties Professional Association, that trains teachers and work with students with learning disabilities and learning difficulties are actually one of our users of the application. So we're working very closely with them to see how we can really, at a later stage, benefit these people.
Thank you so much. If there's no additional questions, we can move on to our second presenter. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dear Mahmoud, please share your presentation.
Hello, everyone. Of course. Okay. Yeah, you can hear me fine?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, guys. My name is Mahmoud, CEO and co-founder at Castalize. We are super happy to be here, especially in this AI battle, because we think that Castalize actually is an enabler to all AI-based startups, businesses, and AI tools. So let's put things into context. The first search we can do about AI, ML, algorithms, tools on GitHub, Google, all we get is picture of dogs and cats to train the models. Don't get me wrong, this is super fun and beneficial, but why aren't we trying to use AI to solve big problems in our society? Curing cancer, fighting anti-money laundering law, using AI to build better clinical trials in pharmaceutical? Well, the answer is really straightforward. Access to sensitive data is super hard. So the $1 billion question, can we build and train AI models using data we cannot see? Actually, yes, and this is what Castalize is trying to solve. We have built a blockchain-enabled, privacy-preserving machine learning platform that lets data consumer, or data scientist, analyst, to build, train, and run algorithms in a trusted execution environment. So just to put things related to the market, so McKinsey valued the global big data market size around $500 billion by 2025, but only 9 trillion out of the potential that can be used out of these AI predicted tools are being actually captured. You can see, and as an example, the US healthcare, only 20% of this potential is actually captured. So how actually Castalize is solving this? We have built a machine learning clean room combining blockchain, homomorphic encryption, and differential privacy, where data owners and data consumers can collaborate without jeopardizing confidentiality, privacy, and ownership of these data. We are a web-based tool using APIs, SDKs to help data scientists to use our services all over their preferred workplaces. We have run 3 major case studies with 4 Fortune 500 pharmaceutical companies, Insight as Service company, and a big fintech company in the MENA region. So how do we differ of our competitors? One thing, we've built on a decentralized platform, which gives us better competitive pricing and a higher scalability and ease of use. Our revenue model is super simple. It's a pay-as-you-go on the computational hours and storage. Currently, we have built the machine learning model and testing with the early adopters, and we're self-funded and we received many grants, and we are working on building on our user interface. Castalize belongs to a big network of universities like Berkeley, Cornell, big players in the crypto world and blockchain like Binance and Chainlink, as you may see. We are 4 co-founders coming from different backgrounds: blockchain, pharmaceutical, and entrepreneurial. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm happy to answer all of your questions.
Thank you. You are in good timing. And dear judges, your turn. Get more information.
I will start this time, Lilia. So thank you so much for the great presentation. Really, what you mentioned regarding sensitive data, it's something that is quite critical in building AI models, ML models, and it's really good that, you know, even from the annotation perspective, you pulled it out from the grassroots. It's not something annotated elsewhere. So I wanted to ask you regarding now, you know, with all the pharmaceutical data, and it has, you know, critical data perhaps on genome and DNA editing and all those. Have you gone through all the policy applications in order to really ensure that the work, the AI model is ethically good and it's in global standard, if I can put it like that? And also your team, I'm not sure, maybe the females are at the background, but I wanted to ask, you know, it's very important to build AI models with females being involved because, you know, our data is quite very, you know, intrusive sometimes and can be misunderstood. And we don't want to build data nowadays that, you know, has stereotypes about females. So just two questions: policy applications regarding ethics, and also the team composition. Does it include females? Thank you so much. Great presentation.
Thank you, Namsa. It's a great area to touch in. Actually, just for a bit of clarification, we don't build the AI models. So we are a platform enabling data scientists from all over the world and the AI-based teams trying to build these algorithms to use our service to build their algorithm and give them access to the data owner they are working with. We are ensuring the confidentiality and privacy of the data. So we as Castellas are not building these AI algorithms or these ML algorithms, rather than enabling data consumer and data owners to collaborate over the project using our privacy preserving tools. So regarding to the regulation, this comes to the teams building on the platform. What we enable, actually, we have run a case study with a Fortune 500 pharmaceutical company dealing with genomic exactly. So, and we have all the cryptographic proof where both owners of these genome data, which were patients, and this pharmaceutical company ensured the protection of the data owners' genomes and the well-being of the AI or the machine learning algorithm that was not able to reverse engineer the data set trained upon. And this goes also to the composition of the team. As we as Castellas, we are not building these ML models, rather than giving data owners and data teams all over the world to build actually their models using our services.
Okay, extra question? If no, we will move on. Thank you so much, Mahmoud.
Thank you, Lily.
And next one, startup number 3. Please get ready. Ardemavi, share your screen. Switch on your video. We want to see you. Let's create some kind of synergy.
Hi. I can start now. I'm Ardemavi from Turkey, and I have a consulting company. And under this company, I create a project that you give speech to speech impaired persons, and let's start. My project is a mobile application. It's available in the App Store, so you can download, and we already get very good ratings. And with my application, it's can translate sign language to speech with using artificial intelligence. I create a data set, actually 2 data sets. One of these published in the Kaggle. So there's more than 100 projects made with this data set. And I have another data set that I created, and we train our artificial intelligence model to translate sign photos to speech. And here is our application. You can add signs to the library, application can learn signs, new signs, and translate it to speech. And there's a section to speech to text for listening environment. And here's our demo video. Like that. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You are also in timing. Actually, we were expected your pitch deck, but it was also good. Dear judges, it's your turn.
Yes, and I hope we'll also be on time with our questions. Look, this is one of the great, applications that I've seen, specifically looking into, the disability communities. And I just wanted to ask, Ada Mavi, sorry if I misspelled your name, regarding now the co-building into the application. Do you provide incentives for people to load and annotate data in different languages? I mean, I could see this being usefully done in the Southern African countries, where most of them, they have, students sometimes that are in the disability academic institutions, and they would want to sort of have co-build in this great application. So my question is, do you provide such? Because I can imagine when it comes to annotation and also and just adding into the library, maybe there should be some sort of incentives for that. Thank you.
Thank you. You can add the sign that if you that you want, and it's update the AI model directly. So you can add your language sign of from your language. Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on. Thank you for your questions, dear judges. Thank you, Arda. Startup number 4. Please get ready. I see he has technical issues. Let's move to startup number 5 or 4. Oh, you have got everything's okay. You're ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hi. Hello.
Hello. We hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Start.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. My name is Anthony. I'm the co-founder and CEO of iScholar. Sorry, I'm a bit unstable right now. My brother was killed last night in the protest that's going on in Nigeria. I'm here to present iScholar, and we are on a mission to improve students' academic performance and provide them access to scholarship and let them earn part-time income while on campus. And the problem we are solving is simple. Learning challenges, especially from dyslexia, are affecting millions of students. And students from low-income families, like me, my father died while I got admission in the university, and I had to embrace full-time full-time entrepreneurship and combine it with my studies so I to be able to pay my fees all through university. And a majority of students, I was lucky, I embraced entrepreneurship to support myself and fund my tuition. Majority of students who go through my situation most times drop out of school, and then they suffer unemployment and poverty. So our solution, we are offering them a campus body which enables them to access scholarships to study abroad. And then we also give them access to income opportunities, part-time income opportunities that they can be doing while on campus. Then in this, we help them improve their academic performance by using an AI to summarize ebooks, websites, and journals. And after the summary, we generate Q&A and present it to them. And then we also track their performance on the Q&A and then also recommend further studies and revision. Then we also have a solution that lets them schedule their studies and then also remind them when they are supposed to study. Then the next solution is a research body. It helps them to conduct academic research by helping them search research databases online with Microsoft Academic Graph and then Google Scholar. It helps them also in citations also. And so our market size, according to the United Nations, there are 207 million students in universities globally. So, and we feel that if we target 1% of that market size, which is about 2 million students, 2,070,000 students, that we could be able to earn and make some money, because if our pricing at $69, we'll be able to earn $142 million per month. Then our 5-year growth forecast, we are targeting that we plan to roll out our subscription program by January 2021. And by end of 2021, we target that we should be able to earn and acquire 1% of the total students, which is 2 million students. And that number is actually existing. The number of students in universities in Nigeria is more than 2 million. But we know that if we combine Ghana and Nigeria, or Ghana, Kenya, and Nigeria, that we should be able to get that number within 1 year of launch. Then our current traction, we are currently on public beta. We launched on October 1st, 2020, and within 3 weeks of launch, we already have acquired 6,500 users, and we are growing at a rate of 2,500 users per week. So our own growth strategy is student referral. So we ask students to refer 12 of their friends and then to get 1 year premium access. So that will also help people to spread our own solution through word of mouth. Then our competitors, we have several competitors, eSummarizer and all of them, but we are the only ones that have this complete solution that also provides access to scholarship and then opportunity to earn part-time income on campus. So if you look at our own feature set and what our own competitors offer, that also provides a clear edge, because we offer real value and then we address the core problems that face students while on campus. Then our founding team, myself and then my co-founder has a PhD in artificial intelligence and natural learning NLP from the University of Sheffield. So we
Dear Anthony, I'm sorry, but your time is up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to interrupt you. Your time is up. Let's go to our expert board.
Thank you. I'm actually done.
More information. Okay. So, dear judges, your turn.
Anthony, I will start by saying we are sorry on behalf of everyone here on the team for the loss of your brother to what happened in Nigeria. It's really a terrible thing. And I would like to know that the whole world and everyone else find sympathy on what is going on. Sorry that your brother died in this process to save Nigeria, to fix Nigeria, and you are here. You managed to have the courage to be here today to be able to continue or showcase what education can do in our community. So with that, I'm proud of you and for having the courage. It's a great initiative, and looking at the amount of people that are joining each and every day a month, it shows that it had the potential to grow. But how can we have this initiative scale beyond just beyond Nigeria to other neighboring countries or the continent as a whole?
Number one, the AI models we use are universal. The AI models we use are not tied to Nigeria. And university education, it's almost universal. The way learning happens in university is global. So one of the solutions we have that improves student academic performance is that the one that summarizes books. Because for instance, for students that read voluminous books, especially during exams, it's difficult for them to read and understand and comprehend within the pressure of the exam. So the AI model that we have built will work in Nigeria and work in Kenya and work in any country, all in Africa and anywhere in the world. All we needed to do is be able to launch in Nigeria first, gain traction here, and then scale country by country, maybe starting with Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, and then where we will scale. So it's not limited to Nigeria alone, because the solutions we build are universal. And it can be used in all universities anywhere in the world. But ideally, we can launch from day one. We can launch global from day one. The best thing is to launch in Nigeria first, target Nigerian market, and then grow and scale to Ghana, South Africa, and Kenya, and maybe outside Africa. So that's the answer to your question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's move to the next startup. Startup number 5. Dear Nazli, get ready. I see your presentation. Okay, is it maximum? Dear Nazli, we don't hear you.
Please unmute yourself. Yeah, we see that you are unmuted.
Yeah.
Check sound.
1 second, please. This Zoom. Just want to open my camera. Yeah. Hello. Sorry, I was a little late to connect.
It's okay.
If it is fine, I'm going to start. And thank you for the opportunity to come together and listen to each other. Okay. So this is Nazli. I'm from Turkey. I'm the founder of Zina Vision. We are working on computer vision. And as you may all know, today's camera systems, surveillance systems are like plain black boxes. If only there is a problem, we just go and check what is in it and just search for the proof. So that's why they long records. There are high number of cameras without any connectivity, any AI, and we cannot know what is in the video without watching it. These are the problems that decrease our benefits from surveillance systems. So what we do, we are using AI to activate passive surveillance systems. Either in the house or in the public, we do just-in-time recognition of human activities associated with the crime or emergency. And in the case there is an emergency, we are able to create an alarm for an instant action taking. Also,
sorry, don't see any presentation moving at all.
Oh, that's bad. All right.
It's just stuck on the first slide.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you.
For reminding. I think I have to connect. I think this is a bug in Zoom, so it happened to me before.
And can you please make it full screen as well? Thank you.
But if I do it full screen, it won't change. That's the problem, I think.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Thank you.
Is it fine to continue like that for you?
It's okay with me as long as it is okay with everybody else, I guess. Thank you.
All right, so if it is okay for everybody else, I'm going to continue.
Okay. Yes.
All right, so the problem, today's camera systems are like black box, and everything is done proof basis, but what we want to do to save more people's life, in the case heart attack or violence, we would like to activate the surveillance system via AI and let responsibles to take actions real time. And what we do differently from all around the world, computer vision startups, we do human activity recognition, which is called as a complex activity recognition. We have three kinds of product: IoT, on-premise server, and cloud. And you see, we have our, for more than 3 months, we are prototyping our solution in a clinical elderly care center. It automatically detects and reports 2 times a day. There are different features inside, and we have some competitors all around the world. And our market grows in 4 years 20%. And we have our business model is selling IoT product for home users one time, and for the other enterprises as a monthly payment and subscription with respect to camera. We are talking one of the biggest, most of the biggest companies in Turkey, like airports domain and industrial domain, security domain. And right now we are in the POC phases. And we are searching for seed investment for the following costs. This is our young, energetic team. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Nesli. Your timing, even with such short interruption, it's perfect. Dear judges, your turn. Please ask any interesting question. Dear Nesli, you can shut down your screen.
All right.
And we will see you. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So, dear judges.
Sorry. I mean, just a good presentation. I really don't have much to ask on that.
Okay.
Thank
you so much. So let's move on.
Okay. Goodbye. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you. Dear startup number 6, get ready. Guys, it's your time. So, perfect. I see your presentation.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
And I see you.
Thank you.
Happy to
All
see
right.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to talk briefly about the Funza, which I think will make a huge impact in not just education and AI, but in the ancillary benefits that you gain from improving education and technology, whether it's in different life sustainability goals, or whether it's in different metrics for improving the overall well-being of the society. So what is iFunza? iFunza is an AI-driven system for better parent-teacher engagement. So what is our mission? We're a mission-driven company. We kind of have our core mission, which is to increase operational efficiency, to foster better parent involvement, to provide tangible value addition for educational institutions, and to solve the challenges that teachers face. So those are kind of like at a high level our mission and everything is built around that. So we actually look at the technology as a solution, but we are first and foremost a mission-driven company. We have noted problems in the ecosystem. We've noted problems and difficulties in tracking student performance. We've noticed, like in Kenya, we have this new curriculum called the CBC curriculum. There's difficulty in complying with this curriculum. We've seen the costly and inefficient distribution of information in the education ecosystem, and difficulties in oversight. As an administrator, it's hard to oversee a large educational institution with multiple individuals engaging with multiple different stakeholders. So those are kind of the key problems we've seen, and also challenges in providing timely access to information. So what does our solution provide? Our solution provides an integrated platform which is offered in both desktop and mobile, that connects all the key stakeholders in education, the parents, teachers, and the school administrators. Now, there are certain core modules that we have in our system which engage the three stakeholders in different manners, but each module assists in primarily in the process improvement and the data collection aspect. The data, of course, which we use for our AI as a service. So we offer AI as a service as part of our offering. Our AI as a service is actually essentially built as offering, it gives most schools the ability to experiment with AI without making a large investment upfront. So our platform also alleviates the need for you as an educational institution to have to invest a lot of money in GPU, specialized hardware for certain AI processing tasks. Now, despite advances in AI and what we have seen in the market, at iFunza, our personal philosophy is that we caution against one-size-fits-all forecasting technologies. Rather, we provide custom solutions which excel in the context they were created for. So our models are not necessarily one-size-fits-all. We custom build them for each educational institution. So it takes in the data and the idiosyncrasies of the actual educational institution. So we think building systems on these fundamentals is the best way to go. So if I talk a little bit more about...
But I have to stop you. Your time is up. Let's move to Q&A session. Dear judges, your turn. You have 3 minutes to get more information about the startup.
Mr. Charity, everything that comes with education, I'm really interested because I'm one person that believes that education is the key and the future. And especially as your cake, we've always been looking only after the students, and we're not really looking after the teachers themselves. So this is a great platform. But tell me more about your team. I did not hear anything about your team behind it, and what is it that you are looking for? Why are you pitching? But first of all, who are the team behind iFunza?
So I have a great team led by myself in the product development side. We have our implementation specialist who actually, Caroline Wamboi, who has a long history in data collection and using that data to drive decision making, especially in the healthcare field and the public health field and the education field. We have a pretty strong team in terms of our business development and account management, because we actually manage the relationship. In many of the institutions we're getting in as the first level of advanced analytics. So we need to have a close relationship with the institution to facilitate the data collection and the system integration.
How do you make money?
we charge based on licensing fee. So we offer it as a SaaS service. So we charge a licensing fee per student.
Yeah, what if an institution want to buy a license fee and then go to their student? How do you charge them? Because now you are charging per student. What if an institution want to buy the license fee for the whole institution?
We charge it. The per student is how we break it down in terms of the per user licensing. So if an institution, there are institutions of varying sizes. Some have up to 1,000 to 1,500 students. Others have around 500. So that differential pricing allows us to serve both levels of the market. So that's why we just count it as per student, because that's where the value is created. We think the student is at the center of the education ecosystem, rather than charging it per teacher or per school. We actually think that's where the value is created most.
Martin, I just wanted to ask, is there a freemium model in your solution? And I'm just asking is also commenting or an additional way of expanding your data set. So is there a freemium model in your ML solution? Thanks.
Yes, we offer, because actually before you start getting a lot of the benefits, you need to have the data in the system. So we offer it for free for the first 6 months to most institutions, because at that time, that's when they actually can fully gather enough data to actually use a lot of the ML. So we have a high sticky rate, a low churn rate, and our product is very sticky. So we do offer a freemium. We call it a trial period, a pilot use for the first 6 months. It's a pilot usage.
Hey, Martin, this is Gary. Sorry I had to join late. I had another meeting, but question for you. With the technology you have, who's building the models? I don't see anybody in your team when I look at it in terms of the models. Who's actually building those models?
Our product development models are led by myself. I have over 15 years experience in predictive modeling in quite a large number of different capacities. From the financial services is where primarily a lot of my experience came from, but expanding into education was more of a love. So if you look at a lot of my primarily modeling experience has been in the financial services industry, but now in the education space, I've partnered with educators, teachers to help work on the building of the data models and the schematics, and worked on the modeling for a lot of the first part of our prototype.
Have you thought about corporations, dealing with corporations? I mean, last week I had a meeting with the top pharmaceutical companies in Europe, and they were complaining they don't have the AI talent, right? I mean, I see this way bigger than that. I hear it. I've written 80 articles in AI in the last year, and I hear about it all the time. And just something to think about, the corporations will pay you a lot faster. Typically, when you deal in an educational institution, it can take a year. It's a long sales cycle sometimes, right? But I love what you got. I like the passion, and it's very interesting.
I agree, and I think for us, our biggest issue has not been necessarily the actual modeling as much as it has been the data collection and the actually getting people to take processes which are offline and systematize them, and then from there we can actually start gathering the data from it. So that actually is one of the biggest issues we've seen. But once it starts coming into the system, the modeling part becomes the easier problem to solve.
You know, well, that's all about the training sets, right? No, it's very interesting. I like what you have. It captured it. It enchanted me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to remind our startups to share their contact details in chat, please, to share with our judges. And thank you for your presentation. We would like to invite our next presenter, please, startup number 7.
Yes, it will be startup that is called Hamba. Hamba, please.
Please unmute yourself and share your screen. We almost see your screen, but not the presentation yet. Yeah, we see it. And please unmute yourself.
We don't hear you. Please unmute.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Better.
Perfect. Awesome. We hear you.
Sorry, I was giving a bit of a speech there. So, hi everyone. My name is Kartik. I'm co-founder and CEO of a startup called Hamba. We are a South African-based startup. Hamba itself is a Zulu word which means to move. The startup, what we do is we look at the traffic system or an urban environment as an ecosystem. And from there, we try to understand what influences traffic and how we could, how we could leverage that. The journey started off really looking at traffic lights as a start. And one of the things that we noticed is that the traffic light itself is 175 years old with little or no innovation around it. So the idea of the patent that we have in terms of our AI algorithm is to say, if we can dynamically change traffic lights using OTT data, like from the likes of Google Maps, etc., how can we drive efficiency in the grid? So that's how the journey started. So what we do is we gather data from multiple sources. Those of you in Africa will be familiar with something called load shedding. So we put in load shedding data, which is basically rolling blackouts, weather data, map data, vehicle data. We push that data into our optimization and our AI models, and we get predictive models, temporal models, as well as spatial optimizations for route planning. We do simulations based on that to understand what we call digital twin, to understand what is happening in the real world versus what our models can predict. Currently, what we do is we offer solutions for public enterprises, and just recently through COVID forced us to think about how do we apply the same modeling into private institutions, for example, logistics. But the great thing that we have found based on the models and the data that we've looked at is that the application and the stakeholders involved in traffic is actually quite broad. Including insurance, emergency services, and security. So what we do is we take the past, we predict the future, and we do that dynamically. A great analogy would be forecasting weather, but we can't change the weather, but what we can do is change traffic. So many apps can tell you where traffic is. At Hamba, we can tell you where is it going to be, and we can think about the multiple use cases that it's applied to. So the way we look at it is we've got 3 solutions. One is Hamba Green, which is our AI and smart mobility, which speaks to dynamic traffic light timing, route optimization, and this is it's more of a smart city kind of application. Hamba Amber is our logistics and distribution platform that speaks to route optimization, prediction of delivery windows, and Hamba Red, which is our R&D consulting and advisory. What's quite nice is that there's a single data platform. So all these services sit on one product platform, which we call Hamba, and it services multiple stakeholders quite efficiently. The results speak for itself. So this is an indication of, for example, an unoptimized route in Sandton City, Johannesburg, one of the most congested areas, and an optimized version. You can see the difference in the heat maps and what our AI algorithm does quite dynamically. Significant savings, I'll take you through this, but I mean, for any mathematician or anybody that's looking at data, you can see that the optimized views has a very nice peak and a very nice distribution, meaning that everybody in the grid is experiencing the same sort of experience. Climate change is a big agenda for us, and we anticipate that we can save climate change by 26% or reduce it from a transportation perspective. Traffic has a ripple effect on everybody in the economy, but more so on the bottom of the pyramid. Just one interesting stat is that an average South African blue-collar worker takes 4 taxis to get to work every morning, leaves at around 4 a.m. in the morning and only returns 7 p.m. So how we optimize the business helps that. I know I'm running out.
Thank you so much, but your time is up.
Okay.
We're jumping to our Q&A session. Dear judges, there's something to talk about. Please ask questions.
Sorry, me being in South Africa, this is something great you guys are doing. I mean, with all the traffic, with all the WC, I think you're solving a big problem here. But I know that you were going to. I would like to find out, how do you then scale this? How do you make money from this, and who are the people behind your team?
Great. So how we make money is we have a platform access fee, which is the core product itself. And depending on who the sort of the end use case is, we have a SaaS tiered product structure. So for example, in AI, in logistics, it's a route per fee sort of charge. And if we're talking about in a smart city environment, there's a platform fee as well as a fee for every sort of intersection that is dynamically controlled by traffic lights. So that's our sort of business model and pricing model. In terms of our team itself, we have a well-grounded team from various walks of life. Damon, for example, is he's actually an expert storyteller. He was rated one of South Africa's top 100 influencers in the country. Grant is he's got his PhD in electrical engineering. He was an ex-lecturer at Wits University and now specializes in consulting within AI and ML. And him and his team have basically built our models on the back end. Myself and Clinton are ex-Rain Telecom. So Rain was Africa's first 5G network operator. He was CFO and our COO of the operator itself, and we started the company basically at grassroots. And this year we basically, disembarked to keep Hamba going.
Who is paying?
Katik? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, McKevin.
Yes, who are you expecting to pay for this? Who is it? That is in other words, what is your market? Who are your target market?
So I think from a private sector perspective, the logistics companies that we've engaged with, the one thing that they've never been able to solve is predictive delivery windows. We all can get SMS notifications saying that I'm going to deliver today or tomorrow, but no logistic company can deliver within a specific window, and our predictive models can do that. We're having a chat with RAM, the number 1 courier in South Africa, and they deem their predictive ability as being the lottery ticket for any logistics company. And then from a city perspective, we've engaged with the city of Cape Town. But one of the sort of exciting things that we've done is we're kicking off in January in Cambridge our smart city solution, where we're doing the dynamic traffic light timing. I think that city itself is a little bit more innovative and sort of open for R&D in that space. So there's 2 models: a private sector model and then a public sector, because we understand in public sector the sales cycle is quite long, but once you're in, you basically you've got a customer for life.
Hamba, this is Gary Fowler. I just had a conversation yesterday. You can check my YouTube video yesterday with Samir Sharma, the general manager of Intel Smart Cities Worldwide, the global GM. And we talked directly about traffic lights because he's the one that runs it. So if you listen to that video, you'll hear that Intel Capital is very interested in AI technologies that are for smart cities. The second thing is I also was on the original management team at Click Software. The Israeli company was sold for 1.3 billion, service chain optimization. So we actually started with delivery routes, right? We started as a little company out of Haifa. So the one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be more surgically precise in the messaging, right? Because they're 2 different animals. So just think about it. And it'll convolute it and it'll get confusing if you go into an investor like Intel Capital. So Intel Capital is very interested in what you have. So it would be a good place as a starting point. But make sure that you're not too wide, because you'll confuse them and they won't invest in you.
That's great feedback. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to write me, you're welcome to write me. Samir happens to be my friend from Intel Capital, or from Intel. So if it's interesting and you're looking to raise money, and how much you want to raise?
I was asked not to disclose that on.
Yeah, that's right. Just send me a private message.
I'll
No, I understand.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Perhaps I may come in, Kartik, sorry, Lilia. I just wanted to understand regarding your geospatial algorithm, what are your sources for that? And also for your Earth observation data set, and just those. Thanks.
Our data sources is quite varied. For example, our vehicle data, we get it from TomTom and HERE, which are two very big data providers in terms of vehicle counts on a network. It has quite a nice modeling around it, because it looks at average vehicle speed. So as long as you've got one vehicle on the road network, you can infer congestion quite nicely. The other data sources is weather data through open source data sources for weather. ESCOM load shedding data we get directly from ESCOM and ESCOM Push, which is the very famous app that we have there. And then we overlay other data, for example, when there's school holidays, peak time, off peak time, and we can understand what the patterns of data looks like there.
Thank you so much.
Let's move on. Dear judges, we have next startup number 8. Please share your screen. Yeah, I see you already, Josh. Okay.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, folks.
Awesome. I hear you. Please do full screen, and your time will start as soon as you begin to pitch.
Thank you very much. My name is Joash. I am representing Untitled.Africa Limited. Untitled Africa Limited is an education technology company domiciled in Kenya, with its founders also Kenyans, and we are in the business of offering education outcomes to education stakeholders. By education stakeholders, I mean students, teachers, parents, and all the other people involved in the education arena. A quick preview of our products. We offer 6 products in the market, and we are the COVID arena brought us to do some innovations, and we have both online and offline products. And as I mentioned earlier, we are doing this through a platform. So we aggregate, we are a link to the stakeholders and the content providers, who are our main suppliers of the content that we use. So we are a platform offering all these products. In our journey, we are also partnering with various institutions. We have partnered with a top-tier bank to do asset financing. We have partnered with a telecommunication company in the region, which is supporting in all matters telecommunication and data. We have partnered with a logistics company that does supply of the equipment that we use. And we have also partnered with one of the major target market players, that is the Kenya Private Schools Association, that is giving us a link to the market, and also opening our ways to the target market. In the same arena, our target market is the K-12 education. By K-12, I mean we are targeting both private and public institutions. And our market size currently stands at, we are targeting the African market, standing at 660 million projected in the next 10 years. And we look to control or at least have a sign up of at least 30% of the target market. Then our revenue forecast we have projected that we have a projection of attaining at least 10 million US dollars in the next 5 years. And our team comprises of business gurus and financial experts with technicians and business development where I sit. So we have the platform that offers all these. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Q&A session.
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Okay, so should we go next or we have questions?
I really did not understand your market. I really, if you can just really just take me to your market again, I really did not understand your market.
All right, our focus market is the education stakeholders, and by this we mean schools, teachers, and parents. We offer a solution to these guys in a way that we have the content with us from the content distributors. So we give content to schools, and the teachers and parents are able to monitor what the students are doing through our platform. So we are an all-way-round platform whereby the teacher can monitor what the student is doing. The parent can also monitor the progress, and the student can also monitor the progress. So we do operation management of schools. We do content distribution, and we also do teacher management. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
So you just projected your finances. So how much of you make right now, and how many clients do you have? What traction do you have with your company?
All right. Currently, we have at least around 36,000 learners signed up in the platform. That is, as I speak at the moment, and we are projecting to have more than 100,000 signups by the end of December. And our projections from the time we started it off, that is in late September when we launched our products to the market, we have achieved revenues of at least 10,000 USDs per month.
You mean September last month or last year?
Last month.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for good questions. And we are moving to startup number 9. Dear Pinpoint, please get ready. Oh, I see you. Perfect.
I'll
Finally.
be teaching today from my car. So, because I just left my work. So
it's a great opportunity for online events. Yes, so you can teach whatever you are now based in your car or everywhere.
I wouldn't miss it. I really enjoy it here. And thank you everyone here for this opportunity and for pitching Pinpoint and for connecting with everyone here. So yes, I'll be sharing my screen. Make it full screen. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see.
So
yeah,
shall I begin?
Sure, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Mustafa Abdelnabi, and I'm here representing Team Pinpoint as the co-founder and the CEO. COVID-19 is still out there, and it has affected over 3 billion people, and it has changed the way we go outdoors and interact with people in public. Many individuals still feel uncertain and nervous when leaving their homes, especially since they don't know how busy a place is before going, as per the 80% of people who participated in our customer interview. In addition, around 65% of people still feel uncomfortable going to physical stores, according to the report that was recently published by Expandateur. This is because the minimum distance criteria becomes hard to follow inside big crowds. So what about you? Have you experienced this too? What about when you had to wait in line and felt in close proximity to others? We have experienced this ourselves. That's why we have developed Pinpoint. So Pinpoint basically is an app that views live data of foot traffic inside stores or establishments so that it tells customers how busy a place is before going, and it also allows them to join virtual waiting lines. This way, we will be helping customers to better plan out their trips ahead of time, and we aid businesses in managing crowds efficiently while keeping their employees safe, as well as benefiting from our data insights. So how do we do that? We'll be using deep learning algorithms, basically a computer vision, that accurately calculates the number of entries and exits inside stores using the already existent surveillance cameras. So that users will be able to see it in real time. In addition, we will be applying state-of-art algorithms that easily detect social distancing violations and provides other business matrices and reports of the performance of the place so that they can basically fight the pandemic and also generate sales and revenues based on our business data. So here's a short demo of the people counter and social distancing violation detector that's doing the required job. We also will be building heat maps and aired eye view. So this is basically our unique value proposition, which shows the comparative advantage of Pinpoint over direct and indirect competitors, especially in terms of the zero hardware requirement and our unique user interface, which is basically helping both businesses and users, and also providing us more data in terms of the user's behavior itself. So our business model is basically a subscription model per store per year, and we expect to break even in the third year and start generating revenue after that. So we have participated in many competitions and hackathons since April 2020, in which this idea was founded in a startup weekend, and we have got the chance to work with mentors from technology, entrepreneurship, and business backgrounds. So the question is, what's our plan after COVID-19? So basically, our plan is first to expand our market, so that it will not include only retail or restaurants. Second of all, we will be building more AI. We are currently working on that. So we'll be working on face sentiment analysis to measure their faces when leaving their stores, user faces when leaving their stores, and also face interaction rate on displayed products or ads. And we will be also building an AI model based on the data that we are collecting now from the users using our app, so that we can have a large and huge recommendation systems
Thank you
to
so
enhance
much.
people.
Your time is up.
Thank you, I'm done.
We have
This
to
is our
stop
team.
and
Thank you.
move to our Q&A session.
Okay, thank you. Can I leave my presentation or should I switch it off?
No, leave your screen on.
Yeah, okay.
Mustafa, this is great during COVID. I was again, like you were trying to break it out for us for what you do after COVID. But after COVID, because your program is about looking at whether there is still a controlling crowd and a number of people that are there. So what would you do? Because after COVID, it means that you are still in the process of developing something else after COVID,
so,
right?
Yeah,
At this particular
yeah.
moment, you don't have a product that you have for after COVID.
Yeah, yes. So thank you for the question. So first of all, the products that we will be building after COVID-19, there will be additional features to basically scale up our project. But for now, what we have now, the product that we have now, we are currently not only solving problems during COVID-19, which is basically the number of people inside the place or social distancing. We are also building a business insight in terms of user movement inside the place, in terms of retention rate. We are currently doing that for the businesses, so that because first of all, we only built a social distancing violation system, but we found that the businesses are not willing to pay for this. It's not enough for them to pay. So that's why we turned our solution to be both sides. So we solved the problem during COVID-19 plus business insights that they actually need, which is as I mentioned, the retention rate, heat maps, people movement inside the place, and so on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, other questions, dear judges?
Thank you so much.
So if there is no additional questions, dear judges, we are asking you to finish voting. So you have approximately 1 minute to make final scores for each startup. And while you're finishing voting, so we've prepared some curious questions to discuss for today's event. So Lilia, could you please share the poll?
The poll is launched. Let's
Thank
find
you.
out.
So today we would like to find out which type of founder do you think adds more value to startups? So we would like to get your opinion and to have a small talk about it.
Sorry, it says hosts and panelists cannot vote.
Just a moment, we'll check it.
Yeah, I see the first reaction.
And I know who. It's Pretty, maybe?
Okay. They cannot.
So, dear judges, in a moment, we'll know who is the winner of today's AI battle.
I would like to remind that the winner of today's Unicorn Battle will present its region in the Unicorn Cup on November 20th. It will be a great day, 1 day long event, a few pitch sessions and more than 200 VCs at the one platform to reach. So
awesome, Lilia. Could you please tell us who is the winner? But before, let's announce the third place.
Okay. And just a second, I will get the result. Our voting is already closed.
Julia, you speak like Anna.
So
when you're speaking, I think it's Anna is speaking.
Yeah, it seems so sometimes. And the third place goes to the Arda Mavi with its interesting, unusual startup. Our congratulations.
Congrats.
We'll come back. Show it on the screen so that maybe people don't know.
Just a moment, my Kevin. We'll share the screen while we'll be announcing the first place winner. So it's a little intriguing.
Yeah. The second place goes to the startup Augmental. Our congratulations. And the winner of today's event of Artificial Unicorn Battle is Hamba. It's really great. We're happy to announce you are the real winner of today's event, and you are our next participant for the Unicorn Cup on November 20th. You'll get such a great chance to find more opportunities. So it's really great pleasure for me. Are you with us?
Yes, I am here. Thank you. I didn't know I was. I feel very blessed, and thank you very much for all the feedback to date. And we hope that we can give the final round a run for its money, and we can grow our business and hopefully change lives for the positive. But thank you very much to the panelists and to the judges and to everybody who's participated. Yeah.
Okay, so we will come back to you later. We won't stop.
Yeah. And all our participants, feel free to contact Lilia for more details in case you would like to join Expo at our Unicorn Cup finals. So thank you for all participants. Let's have a look at our results. So yeah, I see.
I guess we can relaunch our poll because we have just one answer. I'm not sure that it's about.
So maybe it's no need to relaunch. Maybe let's discuss. So Kevin, what do you think? What is important for you in case of founder startup? So does it matter for you if this person is extrovert or introvert, or what do you think about it?
I think that did I not vote? I think I choose the third point. It really doesn't matter for me whether it's introvert or extrovert. So far, they have a great team behind their startup. I mean, because it could be mixed. So two different people with different. I really embrace diversity. You know, our culture. Startups that have is built based on diversity and culture. That comes with both. Those are the kind of founders that I feel that have the potential to take the startup to the next level. So they will impress me more.
Got it. Gary, and what is your opinion? So if it depends, if startup founder is extrovert, if it adds additional value or
well, I mean,
not.
So when you're a startup founder, and I've done 16 companies, one of the things it's about storytelling and being able to tell a very powerful, very concise story. So storytelling. So you're not an introvert if you're a storyteller. However, having a team that has a storyteller, that has a CTO, that has somebody in operations is a great mix. So it's not just about one skill sets. You know, the Germans have a phrase, Gestalt, the sum of the parts equal the whole. It's about building a team. And today, you know, I've seen some the incredible AI startups. I'm encouraged, right? This is AI is the new electricity. This is the beginning of the 20th century. Nikola Tesla has just invented a alternating current. The next 30 years, our entire lives changed. And that's the same thing that's happening now. Think about it. There are 30, you know, just put in perspective, there are 33 zettabytes of data that are created this year, growing at 62% a year. That's enough data to stack DVDs end over end 23 times back and forth to the moon. So think about how much data these AI startups have in front of them. I love it. So.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So Preeti, are you with us? So okay, maybe it's time to say goodbye, but not for a long time. Thank you, dear judges, and all the startup founders to join us today. So we are looking forward to seeing you online soon. So this Friday, we are having a Unicorn Battle in Europe. Yeah, Lilia, could you share, please,
Yes.
this information with us? And on Tuesday, we'll have a unicorn battle in South America. So please join us. And we are coming to the finals. So put the date November 20th in your calendar and join us at our preliminary events all over the world. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you so very much to
Thank
everyone,
you.
to the winner. I'm excited. I'm excited because at least South Africa won. So I'm excited. So thank you everyone for the participation, to all the finalists, and continue. Don't give up. Keep pushing and keep pushing. You will get there. Re-strategize. Continue with the vision, and we would definitely build MENA and Africa together. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Kevin.
Yeah, thank you
Gary.
too. And you know, when you get started in a startup, you never know what's going to happen. It's like Forrest Gump and a box of chocolates. But I've been involved in 2 unicorns, and I can tell you that focus, visualize, stay positive, and use, as we digitally transform, use things like Zoom to be able to share information back and forth. The investors are still investing. There's pent-up demand for really cool AI startups. If you need something, reach out to me. You can reach out to me at gary@gsdvs.com. I'd be happy to talk to you. Have a great day and enjoy yourselves. And more importantly, stay safe.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Always nice
Thank
to hear
you.
from you.
Looking forward to see all of you on our next events, and especially our next events for MENA region will be on November 5th. So do not miss it. I will contact you all later.
I look forward. I gotta go. Thank you so much and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.